Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After Etc. and welcome back to another Cricut project. So today I'm going to be showing you how to cut a large scale SVG with this big Christmas tree farm sign. So this SVG obviously is scalable. You can make it for a smaller project, but I wanted to have 3 trees up here for the SVG, and there is a third tree that you can cut if you're doing this completely out of vinyl. You can cut all 3 trees and you can make this a smaller size or a bigger size, whatever you like. But I have scaled mine to work perfectly with my little resin mold here. He's going to be the 3rd tree, and so he needed to be on scale with this mold to be appropriate. So it's a pretty big sign, but I think he's gonna be super cute with that little 3D tree in the middle. And this mold has like snowflakes and cheetah print kind of as ornaments. So it's gonna be super cute. But in order to have this super cute resin Christmas tree sign, we needed our base first. So I went ahead and I designed this entire SVG around this mold. And in order to be the right size, it had to be pretty big. So we're doing a big one. And I will show you how to cut and weed a larger scale project and to transfer it. The entire length of vinyl that we cut, I used smart vinyl for this, was 29 inches long. So it's a pretty big cut. Either way, it's not a difficult cut, just a little tedious, and we're going to go ahead, pop over to Cricut Design Space. We'll show you how to do the entire project, start to finish, and then if you'd like to see this little tree get poured and fixed to the sign, I will link that down below. So make sure you watch both videos to see the complete sign, but for today we are just rocking the Cricut baby. Let's go ahead, open Cricut Design Space and get started. We are in Design Space. I've gone ahead and uploaded our SVG and welded the main words because they were just all a hot mess. So for this design, we can go ahead, weld everything and cut it exactly as it is. It is ready to go. But like I said at the beginning, at least this middle tree right here, I'm going to make a little resin tree that is going to fit in this spot. I have sized him the exact same size as my actual resin Christmas tree that I have waiting to be poured. So we're going to, for the very, very bare minimum, turn this guy off. Now, I could pour multiple trees, but I made these 2 a little smaller than the first one so that they can go behind the main tree. I don't think I want to pour 3. I think I want a version of vinyl and resin on this little sign. So I'm going to go ahead and weld all of these at this point so that I can cut it out, put it all together, and he will work perfectly. Now, this is what I was afraid of. He's a little too wide as it stands. So we're going to go ahead and just cut him this way, and we'll have to piece him together on the sign. The main portion down here will all be one piece, so we'll be okay. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll cut it in 2 pieces. So from here, we're going to go ahead and select our machine. I'm using my Maker 3. Since this is 20 inches wide, you're either going to be needing a machine like your Maker 3 or your Explorer 3 that can handle smart vinyl, or one of your longer cutting mats that you can use with any of those larger machines. Your joy is going to be too small unless you want to cut this in 4, 5, 6 pieces instead of 2. So whatever you've got, you can make work, but with the joy, you'll have to cut a lot of smaller pieces and then splice them together. We're going to go ahead and click Make It. We're going to cut this without a mat. And he is going to be long. I figured, but it's still funny to see. All right, let's hit Continue. Going to use Smart Vinyl and more pressure, and we are good to go. I will meet y'all over at the Cricut, and we will start to cut this 29.25 inch long design. This sign is going to be a beast. All right, so I've got my vinyl loaded. This is a brand new roll of bulk vinyl because I actually just went through my first roll of vinyl. And so it's kind of fun opening a brand new box. So I know we have enough vinyl on here because there's a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and hit go. And it's going to feed the vinyl through the machine and make sure that we have enough on our roll. It's not as important with the smaller designs, but with these larger designs, you definitely need to make sure you have enough. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Perfect. And I know it's kind of silly, but the roll holder makes that so much easier because that could be just like literally all over the place. Gonna go ahead and hit go and watch this work. It's probably gonna take a minute to cut, but this guy's like 10 times faster than the other maker that I have, the original maker versus the Maker 3, so it still should go really quickly. All right, we're all set. So before we eject this, let's go ahead and slice it off the roll there. Dun, da, da, dun. So now, it's giant. Giant, giant, giant. Let's go ahead and cut this apart so that we can start weeding it. All right, so I've sliced these off. You can see this is our tiny section with our fresh cut and our trees. So we're gonna go ahead and weed this real quick. It should be pretty easy, but let's take our weeding tool. We'll come in, and the main things we need to weed are the inside of this R for fresh, 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 fresh. H, cut, that might literally be it. That was easy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and I think we can just get the corner. The Smart Vinyl has kind of like a gutter, I guess you would call it. Usually it's pretty easy to get the corner. And then we will start to remove the outside vinyl. So we want to make sure we're leaving anything behind that goes with our design. So you can see this parts of the fresh doesn't want to come. But you also saw how that was starting to tear right there. We want to not tear the parts of our design that we actually need. So just keep watching it. Use your weeding tool to help guide it. We should be able to get most of this pretty easily. I'm gonna start getting our tree here. Just keep going all the way around. And if you need to cut some of this vinyl off as you go so that you don't accidentally stick something you don't want to stick, that's always my biggest problem, then you'll just want to slice it off. Just make sure you're not cutting anything you need to keep. I don't see how it would be right there. Perfect. Need that part of the H. Thank you, vinyl. Guessing the C is gonna be fun. T. Perfect. Fresh cut. Let's get our tree going. And we're weighted. Dun, dun, dun. Could use that as a tree stencil if you wanted. We are all set. This will be much easier to read on the dark wood of our sign. But I'm going to go ahead and weed the rest of the piece since it's a lot more letters and is going to take quite a bit more time, and I will be back. All right, so it basically looks like a white square on a board. I get it, but it's all weeded. We're literally good to go, and we're going to have to start with some transfer tape.
because this guy's huge. So we go ahead. I think we'll transfer this bottom part first because he's pretty straight, and I think we can line him up decently, and then we will line up the top part afterwards. So I think we're going to do 2 fingers here on the bottom and 4 fingers on either side for spacing, and hopefully that will work out once we get this guy on the transfer tape. So we're going to need a big piece of transfer tape. Question is this even big enough? Oh, just barely. Yeah, we'll make it work. If it's just this bottom part, we will make it work. So let's go ahead and find a spot with this line here. Cut it all the way across. I saved a bit of transfer tape from the last project I was working on, so we should be able to cut that corner, make it work. Perfect. Let's see how much we can cut off the side here. You know, that might, yeah, that covers the whole thing on that side. I don't know why I was surprised by that. That was the plan. It is getting really dark in here, so hopefully we can finish this real quick before it gets too dark. All right, so gonna start on this side and try to slide it all the way across. There we go. All right, so let's get this side lined up. Piece of tape on this part. That's really weird. Okay. Transfer tape hard mode activated. Confused the heck out of me. I'm like, this should just peel right off. There we go. All right. Now we're going to line this up. Smooth it across. And now we will smooth it down. Always going from the middle out. Perfect. Now, last but not least, I have this little piece from our nutcracker sign we just did, and I'm just going to lay him overlapped here in the corner, and that will get the PIN of pine. All right, now we do have a little eye up here. We have a couple dots in between the pine, spruce, fir, and cedar. So we need to make sure when we're pulling this transfer tape up, we get all those little itty bitty pieces. So let's go ahead and scrape it from the back. Can we scrape it as we go? I think we're gonna just start on one end and try to roll this off. Just again, making sure we've got all the pieces. So. Perfect. And there's the P. And you're home free. You can go.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, da-da-da. All right, so remember what we said? We're going to do this 4 fingers over, 2 fingers up, and 4 fingers over here. That looks even. So we're going to set it down, make sure that it's even, and now we will start to smooth it out from the middle all the way over. Bump it on. Even got the little eye. Perfection. So now let's see if we can't leave the vinyl behind. Do you like this sign, Mom?
Yeah, that's cute.
Do you know what it is?
A Christmas tree farm.
Have you seen all those Christmas tree farm signs? I've seen a bunch of them.
Yeah.
But one of my trees is going to be resin, so it's obviously superior. You're right, Betsy. Far superior. Thanks, Mom. Whoop.
Uh-oh.
That's why we go slow. You was a problem coming up, too. Make sure the eye makes it.
Yep.
Good. Oh, the H dent. Can you get that? You might be able to just use your nail.
That's what I'm doing.
Right. Okay. Halfway there. Let's do this top part.
Okay, what do we do now?
Move the sign away, and we gotta vinyl this one.
thing on.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it's 24 across. So we need to go 12.
There's 12.
Well, but you're not at 0, you're at 1. So then we would need to be at 13. There's 12. All right, let me find the middle of this real quick. Right on the H. All right, that's the middle. So now we just gotta make sure it's straight. I think that right there is good. What do you think?
It looks like it's going down more on that side than this side.
It's a curve.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I meant.
So you think it needs to be like
Pushed a little bit.
that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's better?
That looks better.
Okay.
That would bug me.
It will bug me too. That's why I'm always struggling with it. All right, let's get these on here. Once I get the resin part of the tree poured, you can see the finish sign in that video. I will link it down
Are you going to put resin
below.
on it?
So this is a resin mold.
Uh-huh.
See, and it has little snowflakes and cheetah print design on it.
Uh-huh.
So this I'm going to make out of resin, and then I'm going to put him right in the middle for the third tree. The third tree will be 3D.
And what color is it going to be?
I don't know. I'm thinking...
I think you should make it green. I hate to say
I
it.
know you do, but you always think green.
Trees are green.
I'm thinking the back of the tree, I'll probably do white like these so it looks snowy. And then it has little like snowflakes and cheetah prints on top that kind of look like ornaments. So I'm thinking I'll do like multicolored ornaments.
Okay.
But we'll see. I'm going to have to see once I get the resin out if I'm going to do the ornament layer with resin or with mica powder. And that will make a big difference on what colors they end up being. So I don't, unless I did like a bright green, I think dark green would be harder to see on here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I went with the white so it would pop.
Okay.
So,
Is this one of the things you got for Rachel?
yeah. So this is a sign from Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
I don't remember.
Michael's. I got it from Michael's on sale for my best friend's wedding. I got a whole bunch of them because we didn't know which size she needed. And then I had a whole bunch of extra ones. So, all right, y'all. I am done for today. Fresh Cut Christmas Tree Farms. You can use that third vinyl SVG portion to do all 3 trees in vinyl and be finished at this point. You can do them with whichever colors you like, even green, Mom. But for today, we are all done. And if you want to check out the finish sign with the resin, I will link that down below. I also did a really cute sign with vinyl and another really cute little resin tree for a nutcracker. So if you want to check that out, I'll link him down below as well. In the meantime, Mom and I are going to go work on something else. Say bye, Mom.
Bye.